All right, welcome back here on Brevard Sports Network. My apologies. We had a little issue with heat there. Our device overheated. So my apologies for that. So we've made the adjustment, dropped it in an ice bucket for a couple minutes, went and got the umbrella, and now we're back. All that you've missed is a leadoff walk. The Bulldog or the Hawks lead at 1-0 here. Once again, our apologies. I got the umbrella on it now. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Nobody out. Camden Wicker on the hill for Viera tonight, the junior. And down to second base goes the leadoff hitter, and he is safely in with a stolen base. That's Jake Richardson. So Richardson picks up the stolen base. And with nobody out, remember the stat I gave you about Viera, 60% of the time the leadoff runner gets on. He scores with nobody out. Now there's nobody out, and he's at second. That bumps up to 80. This is Trey Wheeler, who the other night here jacked one over the center field wall. Wicker, a righty. Wheeler, a lefty. The lead by Richardson. There's a ground ball to the right side of the infield. That'll advance the runner, and the Bulldogs have a runner at third with just one out. And the UAB commit coming up, Michael Petit.
Number 12, right field.
So Petit comes up. Over at first base is Fano Cruz. At second is Kyler Dwiggins. At shortstop is Adriel Torres. Robbie Behrens is at third. I've got the umbrella over top, so we won't overheat this time. And in the outfield is Luke Campbell, Luke Campbell, Jack Malatino, and Mikey Schmidt. 1-0 Viera on top here. Bottom of the first. Wicker has fallen behind to Petit. Here's the pitch, and that'll be a strike right down 192. And the count is even at a ball and a strike now to Petit. There you see Richardson taking his lead at third. Wicker fires outside corner, 2-1. These guys are not missing by much tonight. Petit leads the team in batting, RBIs, and home runs this year. He has had one whale of a year at the dish. Petit batting .517 for Melbourne. And this is popped straight up and playable. Fano Cruz drifts back, and he's got it. And there's the throw home, and Sosa snags that, and that'll hold Richardson at third. So now a runner at third and one out.
Stepping in for the Bulldogs.
As Brevin Smith steps in.
Number 7.
Petit had quite a, while Petit had quite a year, so did Brevin Smith. Smith batting over a little over 300 this year. Not sure what happened there, but Alex Sosa is seeking medical attention as manager Bob Doty is out. His arm, looks like he's looking at his arm. I don't know if the bat nicked his arm. If that would have been the case, that would have been catcher's interference, and so I'm not sure what the issue is here. But Sosa is as tough as they come, and he's staying in the game. All right, so all is well. Still one out here for Melbourne with a runner at third. Sosa takes a couple of warm-up pitches from his pitcher. That'll be high and outside for ball one. 1-0. Tight strike zone tonight. I keep preaching it, but it looks like it's going to be the case. Brevin Smith He'll take a strike, 1-1. A little warm over here today. A little cooler the other night. That'll be strike 2 from Camden Wicker. Good looking pitch there. Took a little off of that. And it's now a ball and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is Ryan Hoping. Hoping with the game-winning RBI the last time these two teams hooked up. A 1-0 affair. Strike 3. Wicker gets the out and gets out of the inning. No runs, no hits, a runner stranded at third. We go to the top of the second. 1-0 Viera. Wow. Great job there by Camden Wicker to get out of that. Had a runner at second with nobody out. Got Petit. Struck out Brevin Smith. No breeze at all tonight. Last night there was a breeze traveling out. There's the flags in dead away center field. You can see they are just not moving. And I mean not moving. So we'll be in the shade here in, well, I can only assume we'll be about 15, 20, maybe 30 minutes tops. So the Viera Hawks lead at 1-0 here in the district championship game. 6A-11. I brought 3 headsets with me tonight just in case it was this hot. So you can switch them out. I think it says, oh, yuck, for sure. For sure. The other day I did 2 games over here, no umbrella, and the phone. You know, we keep it simple the way we stream. We don't use anything elaborate. We stream off of iPads and iPhones. And so I did 2 games over here the other day, and nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was beautiful. Tonight, we don't get through a half inning, and the phone overheats. All right, Luke Campbell to lead things off. If you guys see those links pop up, please report them as spam. And the first pitch to Luke Campbell is a strike. It'll be Campbell, Cruz, and Dwiggins here. There's a little breeze. Trey Wheeler to Luke Campbell. Pitch, strike 2, and Wheeler is dealing now here. Start off top of the second inning. Both of these teams comfortably in state series play, regardless of the outcome here tonight. The loser will be strike 3 on 3 straight pitches, 1 out. The loser will be the likely the highest 5 seed, one of the highest 5 seeds in 6A entering state series play next week. So the only thing is that 5 seed has to go on the road to play that week 1, that first game, as Fano Cruz steps in, first baseman. Cruz squares to try to bunt for a base hit and fouls that one back off the BSN Mobile, and Trey is now dealt up 4 straight strikes, and it's 0-1 to Cruz. I'd like to welcome in Jennifer Malatino. I'd like to thank Mr. Malatino for his sponsorship the other night, and that one is the first ball of the inning thrown. The other night, the game was brought to you by Raymond James. Tonight's game is sponsored by W&J Construction. We'll tell you a little bit about them as the night wears on. The pitch, and it hit him. An uncharacteristic HBP by Trey Wheeler. You rarely see that. And the Hawks got a base runner with 1 out here in the top of the second inning, with Kyler Dwiggins coming to the dish. I just hope we all got great insurance. 1-0 Viera on top. Dwiggins steps in. Wheeler's got a heck of a move to first, so this is going to be a great cat and mouse game. You see it on the left side of your screen. Wheeler deals a little high, strike one. One and oh to Kyler. And took just a little bit off of that one. Dwiggins way out in front of it, topped it off the bat and fouls it off for strike one, 1-1. Cruz makes a move, but they threw that one away there. Thought he had him too. And they're looking three. Petit comes over and sliding in safely is Fano Cruz. Cruz goes from being picked off to third base on an errant throw. And he caught him. He had him dead to rights right there. And the ball just sailed a little left. And now the Hawks, with just one out, have a runner at third in Fano Cruz. Dwiggins with an opportunity to drive him in. The Melbourne infield is in. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. The ball gets away. Cruz is going to try to score, and he will. And the Hawks take a 2-0 lead here on a manufactured run by Fano Cruz. And 6 weeks ago, this would have been enough to win the game. So the wild pitch there scores another Viera run. That's how they've gotten them both. But it doesn't matter how you score them in a game like this. 2. And Trey, you can hear it in him. He's a little frustrated with himself. And it's 2-0 Viera. Run in the first and now a run in the second. And here's the pitch from Trey. The 3-2, strike three. And that's the second out. Trey bounces back and gets Dwiggins. And that'll bring up Robbie Behrens, the third baseman.
7 in for the Hawks, the third baseman, number 7, Robbie Behrens.
Behrens, a .298 hitter this year. So Robbie steps in. Nobody out. 1 run in. 2 outs here. Top 2. Pitch from Wheeler. And he just blows that one by Behrens for strike 1. Inside for a ball. 1-1 now. That's a beaut. 1-2 with the off-speed pitch. Wheeler looking for his 4th strikeout of the game here. Rocks, kicks, and fires. And there's a grounder in the middle of Smith. One-hands it, throws him out. And that's the 3rd and final out. So the Hawks manufacture a run. Fano Cruz comes around and scores on a wild pitch. And the Hawks, with a run in the first, a run in the second, now lead it 2-0.
Florida High School Baseball State Championship hosted by Lee County Sports Development. And the action takes place May 18th through the 21st and May 23rd through the 25th at Hammond Stadium in Fort Myers. Come out and watch state championship crown and all center classifications. For more information, visit FHSAA.com.
Tell you a little bit about WJ Construction. WJ Construction, Brevard County-based construction company that understands every aspect of their project, from your project, from pre-construction through completion, from project management to cost and quality controls. W&J Construction has a greater control over the construction process. They are a hands-on construction firm who thrives on the challenge of owning responsibility for the most complex projects, both large and small. WJ Construction has developed an extensive and diverse background encompassing all aspects of construction, and their leadership in quality and safety is second to none. Call them today at 321-632-7660 or visit them online at wjconstruction.com. Hello there, Mr. David. Hope all is well with you, my friend. As Gavin Ziegler steps in. This year, Melbourne, a great hitting baseball team this year. 375 as a team. 180 plus 188 run differential. So a lot of times what you saw with Melbourne was they'd go at one time through. I did 6 Melbourne games this year. So a lot of times what you would see is Melbourne go through the order once, and then once they came back through, Behrens snags that one and throws a dart over to Cruz for out number 1. And that's how you have to field today if you're going to win a district championship as Ryan Hoping steps in. Ryan, a Salem University commit. But when they get through that line, past that pitcher the first time, is generally when the ball starts popping off that bat. Hoping, second on the team this year in both RBIs and home runs. He's got 5 of them. Just a slight, if no breeze at all, and that is dropped for ball 1. 1-0 to the left-handed power hitting first baseman. And he wanted it as Wicker took a little bit off of that and caused just a slight bit of a hesitation there. And it cost him a strike. 1-1, the 1-1. And that's a line drive foul down the first base line. So Ryan is on him. He is definitely on him. See if Wicker pulls the string here on one with 1-2 to Hoping. He pops it straight up. And right there in your living room is Robbie Behrens one more time with the catch. Couldn't get the camera down. You saw the glove come up. That's about as neat as it gets right there. And that's 2 outs as Behrens stays with it and hauls it in. Catcher Jake Weatherspoon steps in, our 2-time BSN Dingers player of the game this year. And Wicker goes a little further inside than he wanted there for ball 1. And there's a line drive into center field for a 2-out base hit by Weatherspoon. So
the left fielder, number 11,
Ty Ostrander steps in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second and a man on first. A lot of good things in baseball happen with 2 outs. Let's see if the Bulldogs can create something here. Viera leads it 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning here. Wicker takes a peek over to first, and he'll go over there. Nice Fano Cruz playing like the ball got away there. It's a headsy play. That's a headsy play. I'd like to thank the athletic directors for both Melbourne and Viera for allowing Brevard Sports Network to stream today. Of course, the athletic director here at St. Cloud. That'd be Maggie Davis and Daryl Buchanan. Both do a tremendous job at their respective schools, but both rivals. 0-1 to Ostrander. The pitch outside, 1-1 to Ty. There you see Coach Donovan standing on third base. 407 career victories. Back he goes. That one almost got away. Cruz scoops it with the big first baseman's mitt. And Weatherspoon, it's a pinch runner actually, because Weatherspoon's the catcher, so he's busy getting ready for the top half of the next inning. Wicker rocks, kicks, and fires. High and outside, ball 2, 2-1 now.
Ty, go, kid, let's go. Come on, Ty. Let's go, baby. Come on, Ty.
The 2-1. Ostrander lifts one into center field for Another base hit, and bottom of the order, as Coach Donovan likes so much, is swinging the bats. Bryson Ayala steps in.
The third baseman, number 21, Bryson Ayala.
I'd like to say hello to his grandmother watching from Kentucky. So the Bulldogs with 2 outs with a little 2-out rally now as the freshman steps in. And that one gets away. I thought that went off the glove. So second and third now on the fastball that gets away from Sosa there. So now first base is open. And with 2 outs, the Bulldogs got a little something going on here. Appreciate that, Double D. 0-1 here. 2 outs, Bryson Ayala. Pitch outside for a ball, 1-1. Ayala swung it, ball 1. Here comes Coach out. Have a conversation here. Maybe try to calm them down a little bit here. Camden does appear to be overthrowing a little bit here on these last 2 pitches. Settle him down, getting pitching again. You don't want your pitchers thinking. You want them looking at the signs and you want them throwing. I don't mean to insult any pitchers watching, but when you tend to think too much on the mound, you tend to overthrow, and that's what can happen. 1-1 to Bryson Ayala. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, the pitch, and this is popped straight up but playable for Fano Cruz. He drifts back, called off by Mikey Schmidt, and that's the third and final out of the inning. So the Hawks get out of trouble, 2-out trouble, and we go to the top of the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We go to the top of 3, 2-0. Viera on top. If you're looking for the Merritt Island Jensen Beach game, that is on as well on Brevard Sports Network. Coming up next week, we'll let you know on Sunday night which games will be broadcasting softball or baseball next week, as the FHSAA brackets are released over the weekend, and we close the deals with the schools and the FHSAA to carry some of the broadcast. If you're interested in having your team broadcast a state series play, we have 3 crews we can count on to get it done. Give me a call at 321-693-7697 or email us at brevardsportsnetwork@gmail.com. We'd be happy to accommodate you, and we are a first come, first served basis. I know a lot of people think we pick favorites, but we don't. A lot of programs and organizations will reach out to us, and we'll do, we'll broadcast the entire football season for a program. Adriel Torres steps in, shortstop. Wheeler with 4 strikeouts in this one. Here's the pitch. Starts him off with a ball outside, 1-0. So 1-0 to Torres. Torres fouls that one straight back to the screen, and it's 1-1. Drove 40 miles for a local game tonight. But I tell you what, St. Cloud has just been awesome. Their hospitality has been great. The 2-1 to Torres is low and inside for ball 3, and you can see Trey. Yep, sure did. High, ball 4, and the leadoff man is aboard for the second time in 3 innings. It's okay. It's a nice field. It is. But so is USSSA or Dawson Field. and both of them combined are about 12 miles from my house. Back to the top of the lineup for Jack Malatino, who scored the first Viera run tonight. Torres takes the lead at first as Malatino squares the bunt. Ayala is way in there on the grass at third, expecting Malatino to lay one down. 1 strike now to Jack. Had him leaning. I don't see any issues with the coverage. Sorry, Becky, if you're having issues. Let me know if anybody else is. Somebody just told me everything looked great. So
Here we go, Grady makes a great play right here. Let's roll it.
I don't think the phone's not overheating again, so we should be good. Pitch high and inside for a ball, 1-1. We'll fight it. We'll battle it all night if we have to. Megan, fine on your end. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Bill Cromartie, dad of the Iceman, Chase Cromartie. Wheeler eyes up. He throws over that time. And the sun is almost set. I can close this umbrella and you don't keep seeing that in your screen right there. Sorry, couldn't help it. I'm just being ornery. Wheeler. There's a ground ball back to Trey. Turns, fires the second for 1. Over to first. Won't get the batter, but they do get the lead runner. Nice play. That ball was hit quickly back to Wheeler, and he had to wait just a split second, which cost him the double play. But they do get the base covered and the lead runner for the first out. And the top of the third inning as Mikey Schmidt steps in now. I'd like to welcome in Big Mike Moffitt of Scott Sporting Goods, our favorite sporting good dealer. Mike just does a terrific job for all of his clients and everybody he deals with and all of the coaches, and we're proud to deal with Mike several times a year on some big events like the Adidas Bowl. That'll be inside for a ball, 1-0. Thank you, Miss Meridia. The 1-0. And that'll be an out. So that'll be 2 outs now. I apologize. Unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about that. We seem to be,
Number 13, Alex Sosa.
As Alex Sosa steps in now with 2 outs here in the top of the third. As Wheeler just checks the runner. Thank you, Cheryl. And they got him. Down to second, but he got in, I think. I think he got in there. Under the tag, the throw was high. Had him picked off. And the throw was high. So a break there for Viera as Wheeler had him picked off, and Sosa now with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Mikey Schmidt, a nice job there, hustling down to second base and getting under time called. And I tell you, more and more, you see smarter base. These kids are a lot smarter than guys I played ball with. I had, you know, a lot of times, you know, you see guys stop and you get that pickle or rundown or whatever you want to call it. Nope, he just buried his head and kept on going, which is always what they teach you to do. We just never did it. Wheeler, and there's a slow grounder down the first baseline, foul. Mikey Schmidt did it that time, and he picks up second base as a result. Then the onus becomes on the fielder to make a good throw to get him. Boy, I bet you the weather's not hot up there in Minnesota. Oh, and 1 with 2 outs here in the top of the third. Viera up 2-0. 2 balls to the backstop, scores 2, and that's where we are. 1 in the first and 1 in the second. Schmidt with a good lead. There's the pitch. That'll be a strike call to Alex. So now Alex is going to have to battle here. 0-2. And Wheeler. And that is a shot that will drop in left field. Mikey Schmidt rounds third, and he will score the third Viera Hawk run. Alex Sosa with a big 2-out base hit to plate the third Viera run. Hawks have now scored 1 in each inning. As Lucas Glendenning comes in. We said a lot of good things can happen in baseball with 2 outs, and there you see one of them as Sosa goes the other way on 0-2. Nice piece of hitting by Alex. And he has a pinch runner. Glendenning, I'm not sure. That was kind of a hop slide back, hop head first slide back. Zion Hernandez is the pinch runner for Sosa. No, I apologize. I don't know any other scores. But I know that Rockledge O'Galley game had to be a good one. We tried to reach out and get a sponsor for that. We couldn't. Pitch is high and outside, back down to first base, and I'll tell you what, Ryan Hoping's having a busy night down there for sure. So 1-0 to Lucas, and he'll back out of the box. Lucas, of course, on Tuesday night, pitched one heck of a game. 10 strikeouts, allowed just 4 hits. No runs in 6 innings. Luke Campbell came on to close it out. And that is ball 2. Be interesting to see how Melbourne responds. Hernandez. He wanted him. He wanted Zion that time. Three to nothing. Viera on top. 1 run in each inning so far. Hernandez with a good lead. The pitch to Lucas, and that's down 192 for strike 1. 2-1 to Lucas. Still a hitter's count. The on-deck batter is Luke Campbell. Wheeler, that is a big lead by Zion, and he goes, and this is trouble. And they got him. Good play by Gavin Ziegler there to get the 3rd out of the inning. A much-needed out for Melbourne as we get set to go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with the score. The Viera Hawks 3, the Melbourne Bulldogs nothing.
Who helped make the FHSAA Baseball Championship possible. They are Petit. They're the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Pitcher. Balfour, the official supplier of championship rings for the FHSAA. Spectrum Sports, the official television partner of the FHSAA. The score and stats of the FHSAA. GoFan, the official online ticket provider of the FHSAA. The FHS Network, the official online partner of the FHSAA. And Wilson, provider of the official game balls for the 2022 FHSAA Baseball Championship.
All right, welcome back here to St. Cloud, Florida, on what is now a better night in terms of the weather. A little less hot out now that the sun has finally gone down. But Melbourne Bulldogs here in the bottom of the 3rd need to get on the bats here. They trail this one 3-0. Coming in, they're facing a pitcher that's gone through the lineup once and done a pretty good job holding a 375 team to just 2 hits. We are back to the top of the lineup with Jake Richardson for Melbourne. Wicker to Richardson to start the bottom of the 3rd. Strike 1. The off-speed pitch misses outside for a ball. Wicker this year was 4-1 with a 2.19 ERA and 47 strikeouts in 38 1/3 innings pitched this year. There's a strike, and that'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Jake. Wicker gets the signal from Sosa. The pitch, just, and I mean, just. In fact, all I can tell you is because I don't know where. The on-deck hitter is Trey Wheeler. And there's a strikeout by Wicker as Sosa hangs on to the foul tip for the 1st out in the bottom of the 3rd as pitcher Trey Wheeler steps up.
Number 18, Trey Wheeler.
Wheeler the other night hit a towering home run over the right, just right. He hit it over that top portion of the 20-foot fence last night, probably went about 370 feet by the time it landed. And boy, they could use a pop right now. It doesn't have to be a home run, but something to get them going. And Wheeler was looking to put it back there again. And it's 0-1 after the fastball from Wicker gets by. Wicker lost that one, and it's 1-1 now to Trey. course, as I've beat and told you ad nauseum, but it's always worth mentioning. Trey going to South Carolina next year. He won't hit, but he can hit. A 383 hitter this year, and he's going to look at strike 2, drop in there. Trey says, I'm going to remember that because I'd like to have that same pitch. He had 2 home runs and 20 RBIs. And this time he drives one down the right field line, but it hooks foul. And he's all over that fastball. So let's see what Wicker does here if he takes something off and tries to sneak one by Trey and strike him out. 1-2, 1 out here. Bottom third, 3-0. Rockledge 5-1. Strike 3 on the fastball. And it's 2 outs. O'Galley winning. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. So O'Galley beating Rockledge 5-1. That was another good game the last time those two teams got together. A 3-2 game that you saw right here on Brevard Sports Network. And that's going to bring up Michael Petit. And we've told you about Mike. We feel that both he and Trey are going to be drafted. Mike, a UAB commit. He just tore the cover off the baseball this year. 517. He had 32 RBIs, 6 home runs, 6 doubles, and a triple this year. Needs something here, though. Needs something here. And he gets under that one a little bit. In fact, lost it to the center fielder. And that is 3 up and 3 down. And we go to the top of the 4th with Viera still up 3-0 on Melbourne. Nice job by Wicker to get through top 3 there. Struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced, and Wicker is motoring along. It always ends up Viera in Melbourne, doesn't it? And activity coming in the Melbourne bullpen. I don't know if the plan was for Trey to go all 7 tonight or 6 of the 7, but maybe 4 or 5. I think the plan is 5 at the most tonight. In fact, I know that for a fact. Coach Donovan just told me that. I try to smile smarter than I am. As he was walking by as I said that, and he held his fingers up for 4 or 5. And headed to the bullpen is Christian Stallman, the right-handed junior, to get loose. So we're going to see him coming up, probably in the 6th. I would imagine if Trey feels good. I just love the way Coach Donovan manages his pitching staff. I mean, I remember the tale of Ben McDonald. Anybody know Ben McDonald as Luke Campbell steps in? And McDonald, a great LSU pitcher, drafted by the Baltimore Orioles. High school pitcher and his college pitcher, ruined his major league career. Now, Ben still had a decent MLB career, but certainly nothing like what he could have had. Pitch swung on and missed. A ball and a strike now to Campbell. Campbell, also a former BSN player of the game, was that against the Merritt Island Mustangs, Luke, with a 4-for-4 performance in that game that night as Viera took down Merritt Island over at Clint Hurdle Field. Campbell, just a triple shy of the cycle that night, hit a double single and a 2-run home run that night for the Hawks. Wheeler, 1 and 2. And that is strikeout number 5 for Trey. And that'll bring up Fano Cruz. Cruz steps in. Cruz a left-hander, so usually lefties are behind the ball here with a left-handed pitcher, especially one that can throw in the low to mid-90s. See if Fano tries to bunt for a base hit here or just tries to slap one out. He squares the bunt, and it's a strike. The home plate umpire asked the third base umpire if he went, and I didn't think it mattered because it looked like a strike anyway, but he called it a ball. Had a more consistent zone, I think, the other night in those two games than we have here tonight. I wouldn't say consistency is the issue. I would just say this is a much, much smaller strike zone. And maybe that's what we get as we progress through the playoffs. And this ball has popped up. And this is the best I can give you, is Richardson is there, and makes the catch. That's a tough catch, man. And he makes it for the second out here. And that's exactly what the Melbourne Bulldogs need, is 3 quick outs. But remember last inning, that third Viera run came all with 2 outs. A couple of singles by the bottom of the order, and then Alex Sosa got a hit. I think the home plate umpire's telling Trey is just a great kid, and I'm sure he's was wondering the same thing everybody in the park was wondering on the bunt pitch. Umpire goes out and I guess lets him know where it was. Outside for a ball. I hated that as a pitcher when the umpire would come out and talk to me. Hated it. I never wanted to be bothered unless it was my catcher or my... I even hated when my infielders came to talk to me. And that'll be a strike. 1-1. That's strike 2. So Wheeler 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning, which would be the Bulldogs' first here in the 6A-11 championship game. The 1-2 to Dwiggins. Strike 3. And for the first time tonight, the Hawks go down in order. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Viera on top, 3-0. Once again, we'd like to thank WJ Construction for their generosity in sponsoring, along with Raymond James, Mr. Malatino, sponsoring these district championships. W&J Construction is a Brevard County-based construction company that understands every aspect of your project, from pre-construction through completion. Project management, cost and quality controls. W&J has greater control over the construction process. They are a hands-on construction firm that thrives on the challenge, owning responsibly for the most complex projects, both large and small. W&J Construction has developed an extensive and diverse background encompassing all aspects of construction, and their leadership in quality and safety is second to none. Give them a call at 321-632-7660 or check them out online. Beautiful website at wjconstruction.com. All right. Melbourne Bulldogs have 4 more at-bats here to try to tie this up and take the lead. But I tell you what, right now Camden Wicker's throwing darts, and the best hitting team in Brevard County struggling a little bit tonight at the dish. But remember, the other night Melbourne trailed 4-2 going into the bottom of inning number 6 and put up a 6 spot, took advantage of 3 St. Cloud errors to come back and win the game. They've done it several times this year as Brevin Smith steps in with bats that swing like they have. Tough to keep them down long as Robbie Behrens is in on the grass at third. Wicker's first pitch to Brevin is high and outside for a ball. 1-0. That'll be low. I don't know where that missed, but 1 or 2-0 now. The 2-0 to Brevin. And he takes a nice cut at that And it's 2-1. I'll just say this. If you're Brevin, you got to protect. That's a tough pitch to take. He does. It's 3-1. Swings and misses. 3-2. Now he definitely has to protect. My apologies. I thought it was strike 2, but now the count is full and Wicker is working fast. And that's strike 3 from Camden Wicker. And he is pumped. Right now, Camden Wicker is working about as fast as I have ever seen a pitcher work. If you're Melbourne, you got to step out, take time, try to disrupt that rhythm, I would think. There's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. If I was a batter, I'd ask for time. Step out. I wouldn't let him come at me every 3-4 seconds. But as long as they're letting him do it, he's doing it. And that's going to be strike 2, and he is quickly ahead of Gavin Ziegler. Wicker rocks, kicks, and he lets one go. Barons, you hear Robbie say, I was in the same spot. Must have been just off the outside corner. The count is 1-2 now. The pitch, low, and we're even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here. Wicker working. Strike 3, swung on and missed. 2 outs.
Ball brings up for the Bulldogs. The first baseman, number 23, Ryan Hoping.
Ryan Hoping, O'Galley, winning 5-1 in the top of the 5th against Rockledge. That's a fast game. Thank you, Mandy. Appreciate that. Hoping steps in here with 2 outs, and the wind has picked up tremendously. Hoping lifts one into left center field. Back goes. It's drifting, and the outfielders collide there, but make the catch somehow for the 3rd and final out. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. It got up in the wind, which is all of a sudden picked up, but a great job. That's always the center fielder's ball. Center fielder calls it, hauls it, and he catches it. Nice job there by Malatino. All right, no runs, no hits, no errors as Wicker strikes out 2. We head to the top of the 5th, 3-0. Viera on top.
Senior high school is all committed to ensuring that Florida's student athletes can compete fairly in an educational environment. The Florida High School Athletic Association built leaders through teamwork, sportsmanship, and citizenship.
Derek Smith. Coach Derek Smith, the former Viera Hawk head football coach up in Georgia, still talking Viera trash on the stream. Love it, Coach. Love it. Hope all is well with you and your beautiful family up in Georgia. Can't wait for you to bring your football team down here to get beat. Of course, you know BSN will be there to broadcast that for you, Coach. Got to give you some grief there. Get that home and home going. Come on down here, get beat. We'll come on back up here. We'll go back up there and beat you too. Take 2 from you. Bill Camardi says, Coach has some big ones though. Yeah, but we got the Iceman at quarterback down here, right? Either one of these 2 schools. We got a Turner at quarterback at Melbourne, who's going to be one of the best in the county this year, and Another one at Chase over at Viera. I like it. I like it. As Trey Wheeler does indeed come back for the 5th. And the batter is Robbie Behrens, who's had a good night at third base defensively. And I'm talking smack and missed the first 2 pitches, but I believe it is 2-0 to Robbie. And foul tip back to the screen, 2-1. Had an opportunity to talk to Davin Widener today. If you missed that conversation, we've got a quarterback out of Brevard County going to play D1 P5 SEC West football. Wheeler, and there's a soft liner into the gap for a leadoff base hit as Robbie Behrens leads off with a single. And for the 4th time in the game, the Hawks have the leadoff hitter aboard. I'm sorry, 3rd time in the game. Adriel Torres steps in. I got to think Ayala's going to be way in on the grass here as Adriel Torres will look to bunt. Behrens over at first. Don't know how many bases he stole this year, but I'm going to tell you here in a minute. Wheeler with a heck of a move over there. Had a runner picked off last inning, or 2 innings ago, and down to first base. Just getting back in. Behrens with 4 stolen bases and 4 stolen base attempts this year. So he's 4 for 4. I hope I didn't chase Coach Smith away. 1-0 to Torres. And there you see Ayala. Pitch. There's another good quarterback's dad logging on, Jeff Tenna. I love Mr. Joseph down at Heritage, 7-8-4 team last year. Award says Cam Wicker is the real deal. He certainly is here tonight for sure. Pitch outside as Weatherspoon looks to go back down to first, but Behrens is back. The count is 2-1 to Adriel Torres, and my voice is soothing. I hear you, Coach. I hear you. Wheeler eyes up Behrens, who's now got an extra step on his lead. Here's the pitch, and that ball is bunted foul. I hear you, Coach. I can't wait to check my text afterwards. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, so no bunting situation unless you play for Dan Widener over at Merritt Island. We've seen him bunt. We've seen him run a suicide squeeze with 2 strikes this year. Uncle G watching from Oceanside, California. Welcome in, Uncle G. Welcome in. Oceanside's 3 hours ago there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wheeler eyes Behrens. The pitch to Torres. Strike 3. 1 out. And back to the top of the Hawks lineup with Jack Malatino. Malatino scored the first Viera run tonight. 3rd at-bat for Jack. Trey eyes him up, a lefty-lefty matchup. Behrens and Malatinos swings at the first pitch. That's the best pitch 90% of the time you'll see in high school baseball is that first pitch. So 0-1 to Jack. I'd like to welcome in everybody watching here tonight. Wheeler. Oof. That was about a 94-mile-an-hour fastball right there on the inside corner. Just missed for a ball. 1-1. I can't believe that Wheeler hasn't thrown over yet to Behrens. Behrens takes another half step on his lead. And there's a grounder to Brevin Smith. He's got just 1 play, and he makes it for the 2nd out here. But Behrens is at second now with 2 outs. And as we've seen, the Hawks have done something with this situation already in this game as Mikey Schmidt steps in. So Mikey Schmidt, nice play by Brevin over there, not to try to force anything. Made the shore play as the infield backs up. Schmidt, a left-hander as well. It's 3-0 Viera here in the top of inning number 5. The Hawks in black and the Bulldogs in white. Jeff Tenna listening on the road in New Orleans. Be careful down there. Jeff, good to see you on the stream. Say hello to Joseph for us. Trey takes a peek back. He's not being held, so inside for a ball, and it's 2-0. You don't want to get to the next hitter with runners on first and second. So Wheeler, in my opinion, really has to focus and concentrate on getting Mikey Schmidt here. The next batter up is Alex Sosa. Wheeler's 2-0. Curveball drops in for a strike. 2-1. The 2-1 to Mikey. And that's a base hit up the middle. And Behrens is being waved around, and he will score the 4th Viera run. You couldn't be any more clutch than that. 4-0 Viera. A 2-out base hit. Second time in the game, Viera scored with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Hawks, the catcher, number 13, Alex Sosa.
And Alex Sosa steps in, and here comes the pitching coach out to have a word with Trey Wheeler. Mikey Schmidt just sat there and sat on fastball, and that's what he got. No problem, Scott. No problem, buddy. Another good football coach in the stream here tonight. Mr. Scotty Raymond. Speaking of the Heritage Panthers, coming up, I don't know if we're going to be able to get it tonight, but if we don't get it tonight, we're going to get it tomorrow for sure. I had a great conversation with the BSN Offensive Lineman of the Year, Luke Ainsley, who committed to college up in Minnesota, and we talked to him about that, and you'll see that interview coming up. Luke is a great young man who guides himself through faith and family, and it was a terrific 20-minute conversation, and I can't wait to play it. But the situation here is Viera on top, 4-0. Mikey Schmidt with a big 2-out base hit to score Robbie Behrens, and the Hawks lead it 4-0. The Hawks have scored 2 runs in this game with 2 outs. And when I say scored 2 runs, they've generated it all with 2 outs. That's a beaut to Sosa. Bottom fell out of that one, and it's 0-1 to Alex. Wind is blowing straight out. There you see on the left side of your screen, Mikey Schmidt being held by Ryan Hoping. Wheeler gets the signal. It's a big lead, and he's off and running, and that ball is popped up and out of play. To welcome in another great coach, and Scotty Morgan. Got all the coaches on here tonight. I saw Kathy Fadul on earlier. I know her husband Tom, the manager for the Satellite Girls softball team, and Coach Fadul is up for our girls softball manager of the year this year. Big turnaround there at Satellite. We'll announce all of our spring awards coming up. I got to get this plaque situation straightened out for sure. 0-2 now with 2 outs. Wheeler with 2 strikes throws over to first. Nothing and 2.
Let's go, Trey. Let's go, kid.
Wheeler looking to get out of this without giving up another run here. Rocks, kicks, and that's a shot, and Ryan Hoping is there to to hold it in. I'll tell you what, sometimes it's better to be lucky and sometimes it's better to be good. Right there was a little bit of both, because if Hoping is not holding Schmidt, that's a double down the line, and maybe Schmidt scores. But we go to the bottom of the fifth. The Hawks, for the fourth time in 5 innings, have played in another run, and they lead the number 23 ranked team in the state of Florida 4-0.
FHSAA, and we'll retweet and share it. Follow the FHSAA on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat by searching for FHSAA. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/FHSAA. On the site,
Hey, Coach, you wouldn't happen to have an extra one of them, would you?
subscribe to Base High School Athletics.
That'd be great. Thank you very much. All right, we head to bottom of the 5th inning here, and what an inning it was for Camden Wicker. And just when you think a guy can't have, I mean, he hasn't given up a run in the game, but last inning he went 1, 2, 3 through the meat of their order. And I'll tell you what, it's getting late, and Melbourne's got to get those bats going. But Wicker and that fastball are creating fits for Mel. 4-0, bottom 5. Melbourne down to their final 9 outs. And you get the feeling, as good as Melbourne's bullpen is, and it's good, and we'll tell you about that when they make the pitching change, but you would think this would have to be the inning where the Bulldogs would have to absolutely go to work. All right, Jake Witherspoon will lead it off. As the sun has set, the lights are on, and Wicker takes his final warm-up tosses. Sosa goes out to have a conversation with him.
Hey, here we go, Spoon.
And so does everybody else. Cameron's grandmom watching from West Monroe, Louisiana. I'd like to say hello to Camden's granddad watching tonight. I'll tell you, your grandson's pitching one whale of a game tonight. No doubt about it. As Witherspoon steps in, Kimberly Edmondson says, let's go. Go to work, Melbourne. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you. The pitch. And Wicker stays in command. Drops in, strike 1 to start the bottom of the 5th. And that's fouled back to the screen, and he is quickly ahead of Witherspoon. The on-deck hitter is Ty Ostrander. And that Jake did the right thing right there. Slowed him down, asked for time. Watching from IROC. All right. And there is, that's how you battle. That's a great pitch by Camden Wicker. Great pitch. Witherspoon battling right there. That's how you do it. You got to get the bat off the shoulder, and he did it. Oh, what a play by Behrens. Over to first. Got him. Robbie Behrens with a web gem. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Nothing you can do about that if you're Melbourne. If you're Viera, that's the best play of the day. Ty Ostrander steps in. Strike 1. That's when you begin to wonder, is it our day or not? A play like that, when you're trailing, gets in your head a little bit. Pitch just off the outside corner, 1-1. What a play by Behrens. Swung on and missed for strike 2. And the Hawks are just rolling. Yeah, that was unbelievable. That was Brooks Robinson-esque. Human vacuumed that one up. Pitch low and outside. The count is even at 2-2. That's the third really good play. Obviously, that was the best, but the third really good defensive play. We just mentioned it. Robbie's at bat. What a great game he's had over there at the hot corner tonight. The pitch low and in the dirt. And Wicker has gone full to the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Here's the 3-2. And that is a line drive into right field for a base hit. Now, the positive here is, even though with the great defensive play, if you're a Melbourne fan, you got to like the way the Bulldogs' bottom of the lineup has performed here tonight. They have tagged the last two. The last two batters have absolutely tagged the ball. And that brings up Bryson Ayala, the number 9 hitter. So you're hoping that this is a trend if you're Melbourne. And if you're Viera, you're hoping it's the exception. Because, again, the bottom of the lineup has done the damage tonight for Melbourne. And right now, Wicker, after going 1-2-3 on the Melbourne Bulldogs last inning, goes a full count on his last batter. And there's a ground ball that gets through for a base hit. And Bryson Ayala with a 1-out base hit, and the Bulldogs are in business with runners at first and second, and just 1 out, trailing 4-0. As pinch runner comes in, and back to the top of the lineup for Melbourne with Jake Richardson. As pitching coach comes out and has a conversation. It's 4-0 Melbourne here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runners at first and second. I'm sorry, 4-0 Viera here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Melbourne at bat. The Bulldogs with runners on first and second. Again, I'll repeat that one more time. 4-0 Viera. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the 5th. And Wicker has just been unstoppable up until now. We are back to the top of the lineup with 2 on and 1 out for Melbourne. See how Camden gets out of this, should he have to. Well, he's going to have to. What I meant to say was, let's see how Wicker gets out of this, if he can. Pitch. And that ball is hit into left field with a great track on it. Is the left fielder there for the catch? And I tell you, that it's a good hit. Doesn't advance the runners, a line drive. But that's 2 outs now. And the last 3 batters have all hit the ball hard. Trey Wheeler steps up. He could really help his cause here. Again, we told you earlier in the broadcast about the bomb he hit the other night out of here. About 370 feet. That would come in handy right about now. But a base hit will score a run. That ball is blocked. Great job by Alex Sosa to block that, to keep the ball in front, and the runner at second. 2 outs, 2 on. Fouled back and out of play, and Wicker evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Beautiful night. I know that made Miss Heredia happy. Bryson's hit. Bryson has a lead. You can't even see him in your picture. There he is. Here's the pitch. Time called. He's not being held. He is halfway between. He was on the last. Go around halfway between first and second with his lead. Coach Donovan's telling him, get back just a little bit. The pitch from Wicker, low and inside for ball 2. So it's 2-1 to Trey Wheeler. The on-deck hitter is the RBI machine for Melbourne, Michael Petit. And boy, would that be something if he could get up with the bases juiced. Wheeler popped up and out of play, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trey struck out his last time up on a fastball, chest high. So here we go, folks. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Well, 2 runners on. What will the turn card be from Wicker? A third out or a third high for ball 3. 3-2 now. The runners will be off with 2 outs. So they're going to be running on the pitch. So if Wheeler gets a base hit, that'll at least score 1 Melbourne run. The 3-2, and he just got a piece of that to stay alive. So Wheeler does his best BG's impression. And he gets another swing. The 3-2 will do it all over. Four, nothing. Viera on top. Bottom 5. 2 on, 2 out. Full count. Excuse me. Live from St. Cloud High School. The longest drive I've ever made for any local broadcast. The payoff pitch coming from Wicker. Just missed on the inside corner. Ball 4. And the bases are loaded. And that'll bring up Michael Petit. A .517 hitter. Comes to the plate. Who leads the team in average, home runs, hits, and RBIs. I do not know, Garrett, where that pitch was. All I can tell you is it missed. Petit, everywhere you look, is a Bulldog. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom 5, 4-0 Viera. First pitch, catches the corner, strike 1. Wicker in his toughest jam of the night. Can he get out of it? Or will the Bulldogs cash in? Swung on and missed. Strike 1. And Mike was looking to put that one back in good old Brevard County. Oh, my pleasure. I wouldn't have missed this one. The 1-1 to Petit. And that just misses for ball 2. 2-1. Call the first one a strike? My bad. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. My apologies. Here's the pitch. The off-speed pitch is inside. And once again, the tension mounts at the table where 3 deuces sit on top of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 runners on. The 2-2 to Michael Petit. And that ball is lofted down the first base line, but foul. Petit battles that off. 2-2. Wicker, Petit. Junior to junior. The pitch. And there's a chopper. Torres up over to first. Got him for the third and final out. Adriel Torres stayed in himself and made the play. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 left. We head to the top of the 6. 4-0 Melbourne. I'm sorry, Viera. 4-0 Hawks. My goodness. Boy, what a great job by Cam there. Love to show you that replay. Working on it, Megan, working on it, I promise. I've been saying that for 2 years, though. All right, let's tell you about the new Melbourne Bulldogs. Now on the mound for the Melbourne Bulldogs, Christian Stallman. Stallman, a right-hander, so after having to face a lefty all night, they're going to turn around and face Stallman this year. Stallman was 5-1. With a he was 2-0 with a 1.03 ERA. So Stallman this year, 2-0 with a 1.03 ERA. This is his 9th appearance this season. And so far this year, Stallman has 28 strikeouts and 20 1/3 innings pitched. I'll tell you what a great job by Robbie Behrens in the left side of that Viera infield that inning, huh? Adriel Torres, Behrens, of course. Don't forget about the great play there, because quite honestly, it could be a 4-2 game if he doesn't make that play, because you definitely got a runner at second base. That's a double down the line. All right, here we go. Lucas Glendenning will be the first to face Stallman. So Wheeler is done. We'll get you his numbers here in the half inning. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. Glendenning, who, as I said, repeatedly pitched a gem the other night to get the Hawks here. Stallman's first offering is fouled straight back to the screen. 0-1.
Number 17,
Christian Stallman. Stallman's pitch, low and in the dirt, 1-1. Glendenning the other night with 10 strikeouts in that one. He only gave up 4 hits, no runs in 6 innings pitched. Luke Campbell came on, closed that out. Stallman, that's a strike, 1-2. To welcome in David Lowe, another great coach on the stream. Welcome in, Coach Lowe. That has got to be the biggest hawk I have ever seen flying over my head. I just hope there's nothing enticing on top of my head he's after. The 1-2 to Glendenning. Curveball is fouled off and out of play. The count will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. The brackets will be released over the weekend, likely starting Saturday, I would imagine. I'm sure there's some district championship games being played tomorrow. Fouled back. Kudos to the FHSAA for scheduling both softball and baseball districts on the same day. Being facetious, of course. Jaislyn Stallman is her stepson. Go get him, T, she says. Tristan, the 1-2 to Lucas. Nice pitch outside, though. 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lucas. To the hip, the pitch, low, ball 3. If Lucas gets aboard, be the 4th time in 6 innings Viera's got the leadoff guy aboard, and guess what? He scored every time. And that one is popped straight up, calling for it, drifting in. Oh, that's going to drop. That's just no communication on that one. Everybody put their arms out, but nobody came in to get the ball there. And it's a base hit for Lucas Glendenning. And they have the leadoff man aboard as Luke Campbell steps in.
4 minutes to get those delicious hot dogs and hamburgers. The concession stand. 10 more minutes.
So the leadoff man on, and Lucas Glendenning. I don't know that Lucas is a threat to go. And that one is high and inside for a ball. Melbourne has just 1 loss on the year. These 2 teams played about 6 weeks ago. It was a 1-0 Melbourne win. You better believe that, we told you before the broadcast, the way these brackets are going to play out are like this. If Melbourne can't come back and win this game, they're obviously going to hit the road. They're going to be a 5 seed. Viera's likely to be a 3. They'll go in as a 3. But they're both going to be the pitch. And that'll be a strike, 2-1. This is going, you'll see this matchup for a 3rd time. I have all the confidence in the world that you're going to see these 2 teams again meet in the 2nd round of the 6A State Series. No doubt in my mind. That ball is popped straight up, a mile high. Ziegler calls it, has it. 1 out. They will face off again in the 2nd round.
That brings up for the Hawks.
I don't care who they play in the 1st round. These are 2 of the better teams in Central Florida. Now, Melbourne is in 6. Melbourne is I believe, the 3rd or 4th ranked team in 6A coming in. I know Bartow. And there's a ground ball. What a stab by Hoping. Throws, gets the lead runner, and another web gem. This one by the first baseman, Ryan Hoping. Needed that and got it.
For the Hawks, the 2nd baseman.
In 6A, Pace, I'm sorry, I'm thinking softball. In 6A, Pace is 1, Tate is 2, Childs is 3, Doral is 4, St. Thomas is 5, and Melbourne is 6th in 6A. Two outs here now after the great play by Hoping. In the region, Melbourne is 2, and Viera is technically 3. The ball hops down the right field line, but Michael Petit is there with a great backup. But 2 and 3 in the region, so the winner stays a 2 in the region. The loser here is going to drop to the 5 seed and hit the road. So Viera could be as high as a 2 if they win this game. You will? They will? Is that how it go? Coach just told me Viera, if they hold on to win. Are they 2 or 3? Are they 2? Okay. Coach just told me they're 2 in the region going into the day. So if they win, they'll be 1, and Melbourne will drop to 5 is how it'll work. It is 4-0 Viera, Miss Jan. And by the way, that coach was Pete Donovan. He knows his stuff, so. And you know, look, I told you the other night, if you're, to me, and I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, these district tournaments for teams as good as Viera and Melbourne are, they feel like, to me, this feels like Duke and North Carolina battling it out in the ACC basketball tournament, right? That's what it feels like. So, yes, if Melbourne doesn't come back and win this game, they hurt their seedings, but it's only going to matter for that first round, because then after that first round, the higher seed always hosts. But Melbourne's going to be a 5 seed. Yeah, well, I thought that too in lacrosse, and the FHSAA fixed it up that way, Coach. So it would be, and it depends. In the second round, they may just do that. 6th inning, Jan. Runner at second now with 2 outs. And that's strike 3. We're talking about rankings. And that's the 3rd strike. As we go to the bottom of the 6th here, the Bulldogs are down to their final 6 outs. As we head to the bottom of the 6th. The big inning for them the other night with the score. Viera 4, Melbourne nothing. And you're going to take a look at the new Viera pitcher. What a job Camden Wicker did tonight, huh? Wicker with an outstanding performance on the bump. But they've gotten to the bullpen. As the sophomore steps in. Right. So round 2, right. The sophomore, Dylan Jordan, comes in. Jordan had just as much of an opportunity to start this game tonight as Camden did. That's how good he is. So good combination there for Coach Doty. As Wicker comes in on the year, he's 4-1 with a 2-point, or not Wicker, I'm sorry. Dylan Jordan comes in at 3-3 on the year with a 2.77 ERA. Jordan this year with 39 strikeouts and 16 walks. He's allowed 20 runs, 12 of them earned, giving up 26 hits in 30 1/3 innings pitched this year. So Dylan Jordan, the sophomore, now on the hill for Coach Bob Doty. I'd love to know what the home plate umpire is saying to Dylan. We're in a district championship game. Could he possibly be teaching him anything he doesn't already know at this point in the year? You know, I'm sorry, but I would almost have to want to hear it first if I was the manager. And I think that's what Bob Doty's out there asking him. I'll tell you what, that last inning by Cam Wicker was a beaut. Bases loaded and battled out of it. Had some great defensive help behind him. Did what you're supposed to do as a pitcher when you can't blow them away anymore. And he blew a lot of Bulldogs away tonight. I don't have the exact strikeout total. But he let his fielders field it, and boy, field it, they did. Brevin Smith will lead off for the Melbourne Bulldogs. I'd like to welcome in Sterling Shepard watching here on Brevard Sports Network, Calvin Smith, and everyone else. The final 6 outs for the Melbourne Bulldogs. Can they put up 5 and hold Viera here? We'll find out as Brevin steps in against the new Viera pitcher. And Dylan Jordan's first offering is lined down the first base line, foul. That's so right. You are absolutely so right. You have to trust your teammates. Good point there, Garrett. I'll fix the camera here. There we go. Pitch, low and out. It's an illegal pitch he called, so it's 1-1. See, I want to know what's illegal about the pitch. I'm going to ask Pete Donovan what's illegal about it. You know, umpires got no business taking over here. None whatsoever. Low and outside. So it's 2-1. And there's a line drive up the middle. And Brevin Smith starts it off with a hit. And that'll bring up Gavin Ziegler. So the Bulldogs have the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. Can they put together a rally and come back? The bottom of the 6th was their inning the other night. They scored 6, trailing 4-2 going into that one. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Boy, I tell you, man, the hairs on my arms are standing up. I don't know about you, but this is thrilling. This is why I do what I do. I love this stuff. Pitch from Jordan, strike 2. 2 fastballs, 2 strikes. Brevin Smith at first now. If you're Brevin Smith, Dylan Jordan now he looks over. Strike 3. 1 out. Wow, what unbelievable 3 pitches they were. Right down the middle and fastball. Stepping in now is Ryan Hoping, a fastball hitter. If I'm Ryan, I'm sitting dead fastball right here. I say it over and over. The best pitch he's going to see in high school baseball and his at-bat right here is going to be this first one, unless it's an obvious out-of-the-zone ball. If this ball is anywhere near the plate, I'm looking to take it for a ride. And he does, and it was. The problem was it had some great movement on it, and he fouls it off for strike 1. 4 straight strikes from Dylan Jordan, the sophomore out there. Sophomore being put in this situation here tonight and shouldering the responsibility well to start. Change up, curveball, whatever that was, misses, and it's 1-1. Mano a mano. If your fastball is what's working, keep throwing it. Just locate it. Can't throw it down the middle. You got to locate it. Change speeds and locate. Strike 2. The 1-2 popped up and popped out of play, lined out of play, I should say. And the count will stay at a ball and 2 strikes. Ryan couldn't catch up to that fastball. Maybe the best thing here to do would be to shorten up a little bit. And there is a tremendous gap over there between first and second. Maybe try to punch. You know, if you have to pull it, the off-speed pitch. Did he go? Strike 3, he says. And he asked for help, and I didn't see anybody give it. And he ends up with a strike 3 anyway. 2 outs as Dylan Jordan pulled the string on that one and got Ryan Hoping.
The catcher, number 10, Jake Weatherspoon.
Jake Weatherspoon steps in. 2 outs now for Melbourne. And Dylan Jordan is rocking and rolling here. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. The 0-1. What a block. Great block by Alex Sosa. Stay with us. We'll stay here live for the trophy presentation after the game. I'll jump down off the picnic table I'm on and go out and live stream the trophy presentation. Just missed. 2-1. Yeah, I don't know what he's throwing. I got to think he's in the high 80s somewhere. He's not throwing quite as hard as Wheeler did. The off-speed pitch just misses. And it's 2-2. Or, wait a minute, it confused me there. I know it's 2 outs. I think it's, the umpire holds up 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So let's see what Jordan does here. And that one is lifted into right field, but playable and caught for the 3rd and final out. Trusting the process, trusting your fielders. Jordan does it, gets the 3rd out. We head to the top of the 7th. Viera 4, Melbourne nothing. All right, Dylan Jordan comes on, and a sophomore gives up just 1 base hit and does a great job. Tristan Stallman has got to hold Viera to no runs here. The Bulldogs are down to their final 3 outs. Melbourne and Viera playing a great game here. 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 5th for Viera tonight, as the Hawks are 4-time district champs, looking for number 5 tonight. They captured championships in 2013, 16. Sorry, they're 5-time district champs. They are the defending district champs. 2013, 2016, 2017, 2018, and last year, 2021, as the Hawks can finish it off tonight. This will be their 5th district championship since 2016 and 6th overall in program history. If Melbourne can find a way to come back tonight, it would be Coach Donovan's 12th district championship in 23 years. The Bulldogs have won 11 district championships under Coach Donovan's tutelage. As Robbie Barron steps in, the Great fielding third baseman for the Viera Hawks tonight. The pitch, and Tristan Stallman, like his counterpart, throwing BB. Strike one. What's the Merritt Island score? Anybody know? The 0-1 to Barons. And that's a shot up the middle for a base hit. And Robbie Barons leads off with a base hit. And that's a familiar sign here tonight. The Hawks here with their 7th at-bat of the night. And 5 times in this game has had the leadoff guy, or 4 or 5 times in this game has had the leadoff hitter aboard. As
now for the Hawks, number 25,
Logan Keith steps in now. He's going to pinch hit. And Logan, big young man, capable of putting one up in that wind, which has picked up. Oh, it hit him. So, 4-0 Jensen. Thank you, Megan. So just like that, with nobody out, Viera looking to add some insurance here. And they lead it by the same score as Jensen does, 4-0, but now have runners at first and second as Coach Donovan goes out to have a conversation with Tristan Stallman. Nobody warming up in the Melbourne bullpen. This is Tristan's game. Coach is telling him, field the ball. Throw it over the plate, field the ball. I'm sure there's a few other words in there, but you get the point. But the job Hawks pitching is done over here in St. Cloud this week. They have allowed no runs now through 13 innings here. As Jack Malatino steps in, Malatino's had a good game. Scored the first Viera run of the night. Runners at first and second with nobody out. It's the pitch. And that's a nice bunt. Turns, throws over to first. Throw it away. And that'll be the 5th Viera run. And coming around to score the 6th Viera run. And there it is. All the way to third base on the bunt and the air is Jack Malatino. And the Viera Hawks now lead it 6-0. That's the insurance they may have been looking for right there. 6-0 as Malatino. Orville Susong once told me the most exciting play in sports is the bunt. And he's right. It is. Because, in baseball anyway, because as the infield is in to try to prevent that 7th run, and this ball is lifted into right field, Malatino looks to tag. I don't think he's going to try and test Petit's arm from there. He doesn't, 1 out. But Orville once told me that the most exciting play in baseball is the bunt. And he's right. Because the reason is because everybody on the field has a responsibility during a bunt, especially if runners are on. The right fielder has to back up the first baseman, the center fielder has to come in. Everybody's moving. And as you saw there, if the ball gets thrown away, anything can happen. And it just did. 2 more runs scored. So Alex Sosa steps in. Sosa's got an RBI tonight. I mean, think about it. Every player on the field moves. It's the only play in baseball where that happens. And they're going to walk Alex Sosa intentionally. And that's going to bring up Lucas Glendenning. 6-0 Viera here in the top of the 6th. And they're going to go medium depth here. Glendenning. Viera looking to add more insurance here.
Got this, kid. You're the guy. You're the guy. Come on, boys. A lot of range right here, 21.
Hey, Gavin. Hey! Get halfway. Get between the two.
Tristan looks over to first and nearly threw that one away to get the batter here. That run's not going to hurt you. You need that out. He's going to take second base anyway. And on a catcher's indifference, Keir coming up. Got him leaning, though. Nearly had him. That's why I'm standing on a picnic table, not wearing a hat managing. What do I know? Stallman comes to the hip and off and running, and he'll take the base. Does Zion Hernandez. So now it's second and third. Is Hernandez, who was pinch running for Sosa. That is his fifth stolen base this week. He had manufactured a run the other night against Harmony. Did Zion Hernandez pinch running? TJ, I don't know that you want to know it, buddy. Here's the pitch, and that ball is lifted out of play and foul. One out here in the top of the seventh. 6-0. Viera on top. So if this score holds, Melbourne will be the 5 seed, and they'll hit the road for their first playoff games. Viera will host their first state, when I say playoffs, I mean state series playoff game. So Viera will host over at USSSA Stadium, and then those two teams, should they both win, will likely meet at USSSA Stadium. Viera should be home for the first, well, they will be home. Should they win the first one, they'll be home for the second one. As a 5 seed, which is what Melbourne will be, if the score remains what it is, they wouldn't, the only way they would host at all is if Viera lost. And that's a walk, and the bases are loaded now with 1 out. Luke Campbell comes in, and Luke's got a couple of dingers this year.
That brings up for the Hawks, the left fielder, number 8, Luke Campbell.
So we saw 2 innings ago, Camden Wicker battle out of a 2-out bases loaded situation for Viera. Let's see what Tristan Stallman does here. Trailing 6-0 with Luke Campbell at the dish. Luke, a good hitter. That'll be a strike. Nice job by Jake Weatherspoon to frame that up. It was a little low, and Jake held it up for the strike. 0-1. The infield is in with 1 out. Stallman. Same pitch, different result. 1-1. I mean, the same pitch. The 1-1. Strike 2 from Stallman. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Campbell. Stallman from the belt, the pitch, and there's a chopper. Nice job by the shortstop Ziegler, and he gets the throw off, stayed with it. But the 3rd run of the inning will score, and it's 7-0 Viera. RBI for Luke Campbell.
That brings up for the Hawks, the first baseman, number 12, Fano Cruz.
Fano Cruz comes in. Trey Wheeler. And that ball is lifted into right field, but Petit is there, and he hauls it in for the 3rd and final out. But we head to The bottom of the 7th, the Hawks score 3 times on 1 hit. 3 left. 7-0. Viera on top. All right, let's recap for everybody real quick here. The starting pitchers tonight, Trey Wheeler started. They were 4 runs, 2 of them were earned. Viera did a nice job tonight. Patience at the plate, worked the count deep on Trey a couple times. Turned it into big with 2 outs tonight. Viera was absolutely huge with 2 outs tonight. They've been given some gifts by the Bulldogs tonight as well, as you just saw in that inning. 2 of the 4 runs were earned, but you know what? As we said about Melbourne the other night, when they scored 6 times in the bottom of the 6th inning to win that game 8-4, great teams take advantage of mistakes, and Viera has done that tonight to own a 7-0 lead. It says 6-0 on the board, but they got 3 that time. It's 7. You know, Melbourne has played a similar game to the one they played the other night against St. Cloud, and it just wasn't going to be good enough tonight against Viera. Defensively tonight, that man right there, Robbie Behrens, has done a terrific job. He's been good with the bat as well. Yeah, I can give that to you. Yep, I sure can. Hang on here. Let's put it all up here. Come on, man. Come on, Garrett. It's BSN. You know we got that. All right, so coming into this game tonight, Wicker was Wicker was 4-1 with a 2.19 ERA. That was his record. Dylan Jordan looking to close it out. The Bulldogs down to their final 3 outs and picking up right where he left off when he came in as Jordan fires a strike. Once again, he was 4-1. Strike 2. Once again, Wicker 4-1 with a 2.19 ERA. Sosa wanted that one. Furthered a little bit for you. He had, even coming into this one, Camden had 47 strikeouts in 38 1/3 innings pitched, and there is the error, and that won't get the batter. And that is an error committed by second baseman Kyler Dwiggins, the only one of the night the Hawks have committed, but it gives a little bit of light to Melbourne, who trails 7-0 as Bryson Ayala steps in. Bryson with a hit his last time up. And if you're Melbourne, you don't come back here. You just quickly put this one in the rearview mirror and move on. Not sure where it missed. All I can tell you is that it missed. Ball 1. To the belt comes Jordan. He too works quickly. The pitch fouled straight back. 1-1. 7-0 is the score. Viera on top. Not a problem, sir. Glad you had a chance to see it. We're going to work on some stuff and see who we can get for sponsorships for the FHSAA State Series games. I'm sure you'll see Viera and Melbourne in there as well. Merritt Island game is over. Jensen Beach beat them, Megan. Jensen Beach. Yeah, that's a tough team. Jensen Beach is that's a really good team. They were 21-4 coming in. They had 3 pitchers that had 6 or more wins coming into the game tonight. All senior strike called on Ayala. 1 out, strike 3. Back to the top of the order. Yeah, that pitching staff is brutal for Jensen Beach. Stepping in now is Jake Richardson, and Melbourne's down to their final 2 outs. And Dylan Jordan is throwing BBs. Strike 1. Blowing outside, 1-1. So this is the top of the Melbourne lineup, but they got a lot of work to do here. They trail 7-0. And that one is lifted into center field, but playable. Off the wall, actually. The wind carries it off the wall around second and on his way to third is Tyler Ostrander, and Jake Richardson got one in the jet stream that just carried over Malatino's head and off the wall. And Melbourne now with 1 out with runners at second and third with the meat of the order coming up. That ball looked playable, and it just kept going. I don't know if you can see the flags there. See, they're blowing out. It got up into that flag, and it just kept rolling. He put a nice swing on it, but it looked playable at first. This is Trey Wheeler now, and there's a ground ball, nicely done by Fano Cruz. He'll step on the bag, no shutout, as the Bulldogs will play to run, and it's 7-1. But more importantly, there are now 2 outs in this one. 7.
Stepping in for
Yeah.
Bulldogs. Number 12, Mike Petit.
Michael Petit comes in. See, they fixed it. Petit, Melbourne's last hope. And he'll look at a ball. And that'll be a strike. Mike doesn't like it, but it's a strike. The Viera Hawks looking for back-to-back district championships. And that'll miss. 2-1 to the UAB commit. At the knees. Three and 1. Jordan from the belt. That's a strike. And the count is full now. Jake Richardson at third. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bulldogs down to their final pitch. Will it be the 3rd out? Here it comes. Jordan to Petit. At ball 4. And that'll bring up Brevin Smith. 1st and 3rd with 2 outs now. 7-1, Viera on top.
For the Bulldogs, second baseman number 7, Brevin Smith.
Viera won 3 straight from 2016 to 2018. And the runner goes. Petit, he's going to take second, and I can't imagine why you'd even try to throw him out at this point. 0-1 now to the second baseman. Pitch, and that one was at the shoulders, but he wanted it, and he missed it. Strike 2, Jordan. And he's Stays alive. Seven to 1, 2 outs here. Bottom 7th. Viera on top. And the curveball misses. 1 and 2. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fifth, 3 in the 7th. 7 total for the Hawks. And for the 6th time in program history, the Viera Hawks are district champs. They've done it for the 2nd time, back-to-back. Your final score, Viera 7 and Melbourne 1. We're going to unplug here for the trophy presentation. Viera Hawks are your 6A-11 district champs. Bear with me here.
Yeah, I don't think they've given up more than 3 runs all year.
Our players of the game are Camden Wicker and Robbie Behrens. Go talk to him, Coach. We'll be down here waiting on you. As Coach Doty will talk to his team, and then we'll bring them up. Robbie Behrens and Camden Wicker are players of the game tonight. Little FaceTime call going on there. I'm sure everyone knows who to. Congratulations, Coach Doty. Congratulations. Great job this year. We'll go down here for the district trophy presentation. St. Cloud was a great host for this tournament. What do you think, Hawks fans? You like that one? All right, congratulations, congratulations. Two trophies to give out. District runner-up, 6A-11 district runner-up, and then the 6A District 11 champ. These two teams, regardless of record, are always going to battle. It's always going to be games like this. Score not indicative of the game, 7 to 1. This was a much closer game.
Coaches for Melbourne High School, would you send up a representative for the trophy presentation, please? Thank you.
Not the one the Bulldogs wanted, but they are still very much in the hunt to pick up the one they're after. Melbourne will go in as the 5th seed in the region, and they'll have to hit the road
And presenting the runner-up presentation from Mr. Godfrey to Melbourne High School. Congratulations.
Eric Godfrey presenting the runner-up trophy, and now the Viera Hawks.
Your champions, the Viera Hawks.
Nice job. Yeah. Congratulations, Coach Doty. We're talking to Coach Doty there. As the Viera Hawks have won back-to-back district champion history. Coach came over here this week. This pitching staff gave up 1 run all week. 1 run. That was even an unearned run there. No runs. How proud are you of these guys?
I'll tell you what, that's special because of the way that these guys hit the ball.
Yeah.
They're a very good hitting club, and for a lot of guys to do that. We've had pitching all year long. I'll tell you what, top to bottom, we've got we call it big 3, and of course Dylan came in and closed it out, and Wick did a great job to start that game. So.
Manufacturer runs. You guys hit the ball. You bat over 300 as a team. You guys are a pretty good hitting team. I know both of you guys were a little concerned about the bats going into tonight, but you guys got on them early. You manufactured some runs, took advantage of some mistakes. I always say that's what good teams do, Coach.
Well, I think, yeah, we did, and I know Coach said the same thing. We did take advantage of some of those situations. So we had to play small ball because I knew we weren't going to hit that guy very well. So that's all we did, you know, a bunt here or there, and then a couple balls jumped in there or dumped in there. So we just came at them. You score a run an inning. If you could score a run an inning, and we did there for the first 3 innings, it gave us that momentum, and our pitching just settled in. Robbie Barons looked like Brooks Robinson.
He did. I said that. Exact same comparison, yeah. Human vacuum.
Nobody knows who that is.
Right. We do. Yeah.
He looked really good tonight defensively and at the plate, too.
Yeah.
Really good job.
Well, Coach, congratulations. I'm going to get over here, and I know the guys are going to take some pictures. Our player of the game. All right, Alex, get in here. Show it to us. Come on in here, guys, real quick. Let's talk. Coach, congratulations, Coach. How are you feeling right now? How you feeling, Coach? There you go. I think that's the first time. That's ever happened. But, guys, real quick, our players of the game tonight is Camden Wicker and Robbie Barons. Come on up. Camden, Robbie. All right, you got to speak up, okay? First question I want to know, Robbie, is do you know who Brooks Robinson is?
Yes.
All right, good. All right, tonight you look like Brooks Robinson down there tonight. You tonight on the mound throwing BBs. How does it feel to be holding the first place trophy in your hand right now?
Feels great. Great team effort tonight. Can't wait to go on originals. Let's go.
Congratulations, guys. Alex is one of the leaders of this team. This is obviously, for what we all know and how things have transpired, this has got to feel special tonight.
Sure, it feels good. You know, we've gone through a lot this season. You know, we're missing our head coach, we're missing our shortstop, but you know, we gave it all today, and you know, we all wanted it. We wanted it bad, so this is what happens.
We're not done, though.
We're not done.
Say that
again. Hey, free Cobra. Free Cobra.
All right, saying free Coach Brock there, and is the Hawks. All right, there you go. Your final score: the Viera Hawks 7, the Melbourne Bulldogs 1. The Viera Hawks are your 2022 6A-11 district champs. They do it for the second time in program history, going back to back. This is their sixth district championship. For the Viera Hawks and Melbourne Bulldogs, I'm Alan Slaughter-Zinski for the Brevard Sports Network. Congratulations, Viera Hawks. See you next week.